Welcome back, guys. We're at it again. Yes, that's right. I have changed the podcast name yet again. Third time is a charm. Talking Taboo with Tara. I'm going to be talking with people that are telling their stories that are unfiltered. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. I'm just like the girl next door. I go to the grocery store, I take my kids to softball practice, and I do all the normal things that everybody else does. But I love to talk about sex. Hello, this is Miss J. I've created this uncensored podcast to talk about sex in great detail. I'm not leaving anything off the table. Make sure there's no little ears around. It's definitely not for everybody, but you might be more intrigued than you thought.
This is the Sexy Horn Dogs podcast. Now here's your host, Miss J.
Welcome in, Sexy Horn Dogs. I am talking to Marie. Marie, how old are you and where are you from, my love?
Hi, sweetie. I'm 41 from New York.
Nice. So, like everybody else, you like sex.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like women? Are you attracted to them?
I am.
You are. Are you bisexual?
I'm not really sure. I've only had one experience, and that was kind of a lot. It was a foursome. So that was my first and only experience with a female.
Did you like it?
I did. I really did.
And you would like to do it again?
I am not opposed to doing that again. Nope.
Wow. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of sex do you like? Are you into vanilla, the normal stuff, or do you like to go outside your comfort zone?
I like to be outside my comfort zone. I like to be kind of sporadic and spontaneous, and the thrill of getting caught just gets to me.
Really? The thrill. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's your favorite position?
Oh, that's a hard one because there's so many. I'm pretty much game for anything. I'm kind of like I'll try anything once.
Okay, so you're like me. You will definitely try anything once.
Yep. Twice if I like it.
That's my kind of girl. Do you like dominant men or submissive men?
A little bit of both. It depends on the situation. I like to run the show most of the time.
Okay, so you're dominant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. I like that. Do you consider yourself a sex addict?
I didn't for a long time, but then I realized that I am. It was just the wrong person.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see where you're coming from. I've been there before. And when you're having sex, what line will you not cross in the bedroom?
I don't really think there has been any so far that I haven't. Like I said, I'm pretty much game for anything.
Right. Me too. I like that.
And I can't knock it until I try it, right?
Right. What do you like to wear in the bedroom? Do you like to wear the lingerie, certain outfits? Do you just like to be naked? What do you like?
I've done the lingerie a few times, but you know how that all ends. We all end up naked anyway. So most of the time, I'm just like, rip them off, take them off, or I'll take them off myself.
Okay. So, what would you prefer? What does your man prefer? Like, in the bedroom, number one thing you go to?
He likes to go down.
So oral.
It's always an open thing. Oral's always a huge foreplay for us. And toys. We introduce toys into that. We do a lot of foreplay before we get down dirty.
Right. Do you watch porn when you're all this is happening?
I never have.
What?
But I'm newly single, though, out of a 16-year marriage, so he was just kind of different. But me and another partner have definitely discussed it, and I'm not opposed to it.
Have you watched porn by yourself?
I have not.
Okay, we need to get you watching porn, girl. We need to see what kind of kinks and fantasies you have.
I've never used toys up until recently either.
Really?
Recent 2 months, yeah.
So
Yep.
What toy do you like the most?
I don't even know the names of them, but I have one that's got like a, it goes internal, and then the other part of it goes to the clitoris. And that one's pretty cool so far. I like that one a lot.
Is that the rose with the extension?
I believe it is.
I have the same one.
I really like that one.
I did too, until I found this one that's called the G spot.
Oh, I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah, it's pink and it's verted. It goes up in you, and then it has the little tickler. Yeah, it hits the spot. It hits that G spot right on the spot. I love it. Okay, so that just goes under you're masturbating. You just started masturbating then?
Nope, I don't do that. I let him use that on me.
Oh, so you don't masturbate?
Only during our sexual intercourse will I for him, because he really likes that.
Really? So how many times do you think you... All right, so obviously you're not having sex right now. So how many times a day would you guys used to have sex?
Well, this is with the new person. This is not with the ex. With the ex, it wasn't very often. With the new person, it's as often as we can get every time we see each other. So multiple times a week.
Okay. So are you in a relationship with this person? Just a fuck buddy?
I don't know what to call it. I think we were at first, and then things just kind of went south. So now I think we're just kind of fucking around.
Nice. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you like your man to manscape, or do you like him to be natural?
Oh, has to manscape, has to. Huge.
I agree. Do you like a man with uniforms or an accent? And if so, why?
I really don't. I like a working man, one that comes home after a long day with like work boots, things like that. But they have to clean up first. But that turns me on.
That's what turns you on. That's nice. I think that does for me too. But they got to take a shower. So then I can just rip their bodies apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When they walk in after doing construction or whatever, they got the work boots, the jeans. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah. A hardworking man that don't mind to get dirty.
Exactly.
Now, do you like your men older? Do you like them younger? Or do you like them around your same age?
I like them a little bit older. I've had, my husband was younger and we just were not compatible. And since I was younger, I was always with older men. And I'm now with a man that's older, not super old, but older. So I would say older.
Nice.
I think they're more mature than the younger ones.
You think they're what?
More mature.
I agree. Now, you've had multiple relationships, and have you ever named your partner's penis? And if so, what was the name?
I have never done that, believe it or not.
Really?
No.
Okay. No. All right. So you've been married. So you're recently single and you're just playing around. So you don't mind to have a fuck buddy.
Right. It's just the same one. I stick with the same person.
Right. So that's what a fuck buddy is. Yep. That's it. Now, this is a question. Don't take it the wrong way. Don't be offensive or anything like that. But all right. So you've used sex toys. Have you ever used vegetables?
I have not. No.
Okay. They're interesting. I will say they're fun to play with.
Are they?
Yes.
That's definitely different. I've not heard of that.
When you're in the bedroom and you're using the whipped creams and the chocolate and the caramel, and why not just grab the vegetables too? You got the big fat carrots. You got the cucumbers. Men like to play with all different things. And it's just for fun. You throw it away after.
Right, of course.
Yeah, but it is fun. I've done it. I have to say.
I like to put new things in there. So that's definitely a good tip right there.
What is your favorite thing about a man? Like his body part, his mind, whatever. What is your favorite thing about a man?
I would have to say the eyes. If I can get lost in your eyes, you've got me.
Nice.
Got to have a really good mind. Doesn't have to be intelligent, but just the way he speaks and carries himself.
Okay. Now, where is the craziest place you've ever had sex? Not in the bedroom.
That would have to be bent over a pickup truck in a church parking lot in the middle of the daytime.
Right. I like that. You go, girl.
funky. I thought we were going to get caught. And of course, that just aroused me even more.
Hell yes. Now, what is your worst sexual experience?
Oh my gosh. When you're in the middle of, going at it and he just went limp out of nowhere. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? I didn't like that. I didn't. And then he thought he was going to go down on me to finish the job, but he wasn't even looking the right area. I was like, nope, you're done. You're done.
And you didn't think about teaching him?
I have mentioned it many times, and he didn't like that. He took it negatively. He did not like being told when things weren't going right to learn from it. He just got offended.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, guys, you got to listen to your woman. Yeah. She's going to tell you what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
And if she doesn't tell you what she wants, you need to ask her, what does she want?
Yes, because everybody is different and, different areas don't really do much. You know what I mean?
Right. Because you have the top of the clitoris, you have the middle of the clitoris, and then you have the bottom of the clitoris.
Absolutely. And if you don't hit any of those spots, I'm sorry, sir, but nothing's going to happen. And it's not enjoyable. It's just not. No,
it's not. It's like basically sucking on your lips.
Right. Exactly. And it's like, what are you doing? Get out. You're done.
Exactly. So men, please listen to your women. When they tell you they want you to do this, shut up and do it.
And women also. I know there's a lot of women that don't either. And that's important on both ends.
Exactly. But there's a lot of men out there that don't know how to eat pussy. And the women try to teach them and they get, they feel like they're being criticized. And we're not criticizing you, my loves. We just want it done the way we like it. That way we can get that ultimate orgasm.
Yeah, don't ask why we didn't get off. Because if we didn't get off, you did something wrong. That's all.
Exactly. So, do you have any stories to tell me?
Like I said, I'm very sporadic, extremely sporadic. It was snowing just the other day, as a matter of fact. And we were driving, me and my said friend. And I was like, all right, well, go down here. And it was a public place. And he's like, for what? I'm like, just do it. So he went down to where I told him to go. And I jumped out in the middle of the snow and whipped my pants down. And we banged right over the hood of the fucking car.
Girl, I like you.
I think it was new. And he's like, aren't you cold? I'm like, no, in the heat of the moment. Yeah, our body temperatures keep us warm,
Yeah, you get hot and sweaty when you're having sex. Your body temperature heats up.
Right. It took like 2 seconds. You know what I mean? And he forgot all about the fucking snow. He's like, oh, well, there's that. He's like, I can't believe you did that.
He's never had a spontaneous woman before.
He has not.
How did he react to that?
He was very shocked at first and then could not stop smiling once we were done. He was like, I cannot even believe how funky you are. He's like, and you let me do anything? I'm like, I do. He's like, why? I'm like, again, I'm not opposed to trying anything at least once. And if I like it, we'll do it again. If I don't, I'll let you know and we won't do it again.
How did you feel about that? The way he acted?
I thought it was like the cutest thing in the world. And it was nice that I had done something sporadic that he's never done. So I'm kind of like trying to pull him out of his shell because I can see that there's a wild side in him.
And you just want to let it loose.
Yep. And that's what he said too. He's like, I've never done all these things. I'm like, well, add it to your list because now it's done. And
he's older than you.
He is. Yep. He's older than me.
Wow. Usually older men have done these things. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So what else you got for me?
There's a bunch. There's so many. I had, I have kids, so we have to make it different. But I don't like just the bedroom thing. I just don't.
It's boring. You know what I mean? It's so vanilla.
Right. It's like you have to kind of sneak around, but you still have to have that intimacy with you and your partner. Otherwise, your whole relationship just fades. You know what I mean? So I'll do it on the bathroom counter, when I go to take a shower. I don't think there's a place I haven't done it in or outside of my home, to be honest with you.
That's my girl. I like it. I like hearing your stuff. Let's go.
You have to get it in, right? I mean...
And you're dominant with your men.
I am. I literally, when I met this gentleman, he was a family friend, and we had started talking for months on the phone, and I went out to his house, and all the kids were in the living room, and we were in the kitchen, and I kind of just pinned him up against the corner cabinet. And that was one thing we hadn't done yet. And I'm like, wow, I was with the same person 16 years. How the hell do I do this? So I just walked right up to him, pinned him against the cupboard, and I was like, want to bang? His face dropped. He smiled. He's like, huh? What? I'm like, yeah, let's just, fuck it. Let's get it done. Like, that's the last thing we hadn't done yet. You know what I mean?
Right. So the chemistry was there. The body language was there.
Yep. And he was shocked. And we went in the bedroom. We did our thing. And we're like, oh, well, we match on that level too now. So there's that. Like, I didn't want the nervousness, the awkwardness for either one of us, you know, who are just coming out of marriages, long-term marriages. So it's been a long time since either one of us had been with anyone else. So me just being blunt and like, hey, let's just fucking do this. It turns me on and it turned him on.
Now, is this a side that you've never showed anybody before? Have you been always like this, or is this all new?
I've done a few sporadic things prior, before my marriage. You know what I mean? I've had fuck buddies and, you know, spontaneous places and things. But then, you know, after 16 years of the same thing. And then once I was single, I was like, oh, I'm so nervous, you know, to show my body, or, you know, I was very self-conscious. And then I just thought to myself, fuck that. You know what I mean? We're all human. They're either going to like it or they're not. I don't care anymore. So
Honey,
now I'm the one that's like, fucking go. I don't care. You know, you either like me or you don't. And he keeps coming back, if that tells you anything. So,
well, honey, they don't mind those stretch marks. They don't mind hips, titties, and ass. They don't mind that little poof of a belly. It actually turns them on.
Yep. Boys and younger men do mind those things. Older men do not at all. I've noticed that. I mean, not all younger men, I shouldn't say that, but a lot of times, you know, that they want the fake Barbie doll image. That's not reality. We're human.
These young guys want that apple pie. You know that movie Apple Pie? They want that what is it? Sexy mom. They want that. For some reason, they crave that. I don't understand. I don't get it, but I like it.
Yeah, because I think they want a mommy. I think it's like a role play with the younger ones.
Definitely.
You know,
stepmom role play. Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Yep. Mommy issues or something. I don't know. They want someone to take care of them. That's what I like about the older men is they want to take care of you for a change.
Right. They're more mature. They're more stable.
Absolutely.
They got their shit together. They know what they want at what, 45, 50?
Right.
Is that when they finally grow up, you think?
Some I don't think. I guess it all depends on the person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some live in Never Land, and then others definitely mature and they've been through life, and you know they're looking for a good time too.
Right.
And even though we're getting older doesn't mean that our bodies are. Doesn't mean that sexually we are. I think that I am more, since I've split up with my husband and I'm 40. I think I'm way more like game for anything than what I would have been 10 years ago.
Right. You're definitely more open-minded now that you're older than when you were younger.
Yep.
I agree. Yep. I was more open-minded, I think, when I started having sex because I just liked it. I liked the feeling of it. But that's awesome. Now, we were talking about earlier, because we know each other somewhere else. We were talking about when we get older and we're in these nursing homes and all these people are in there fucking. They're swapping and they're swinging. Have you ever been to a swingers club?
I have not. I think I could do that with somebody that I wasn't like committed to. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like in my marriage, for instance, I would have never thought about something like that. Now being single, I wouldn't be opposed to it either. Like when you don't have feelings for one in particular person.
Got it.
I think it would be different for me anyway.
Now, I like to go because I'm into voyeurism. And voyeurism means that you like to watch other people have sex. So basically it's live porn. Right. That makes me dripping wet. Don't know why, but it does.
I have experienced that once with our foursome. Once we were done doing our thing, she was getting banged by her dude and I was getting banged by mine. And I kept watching them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Paying attention to what was happening to me.
Right.
And you're right. that was turning me on. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's just an experience like out of this fucking world.
So I think you would be great with going to a swingers club. I think you are very much into voyeurism like I am, and you're very open-minded. I think it's great. Now, back to when we get into these retirement homes. You and I are going to be the ones slipping and swapping because they're swingers there now.
We're room hopping. Got your ass. I'm homie hopping every one of them too.
Yes, these men and women are in their 70s and 80s, and they are getting it down.
Mm-hmm.
So you have someone that's in a nursing home?
Do I currently? I don't.
Oh, I thought you said that your sister or somebody had a grandmother or grandfather that was in a nursing home and they were just getting it down. They were swapping STDs back and forth.
Oh, gosh. Nope, that one was not me. All my family's deceased, unfortunately, but I've known of it happening quite often. I know the staff tries to stop it, and I'm like, why would you stop it? Let them live their life.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, they're not harming anyone. If they want to bang everyone, let them do it.
But they need to use protection. That's where people forget to use condoms.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do. But I guess they feel like they're passing anyway, so who cares? I don't know.
Right. I guess I would look at it the same way.
You know, they're like, we're 80 years old. We're not going to live long, so who cares if I catch something? I mean, yet to me, that's terrifying. I don't want to catch it. But maybe that's their mindset.
We just
and they're not to be having sex in those places, so they probably don't get the opportunity to get protection either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think they even realized that how much they were homie hopping bedrooms. Like, they're literally going from room to room, sleeping with each other. It's a live-in swingers club.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because as humans, we still have needs. It doesn't matter how old we are.
And that's what I was getting at.
Mm-hmm. And people think, oh, they're in their 80s. They don't do this anymore. Bullshit, they don't. Yes, they do.
They still get the urge. They still get that niche that I got to get off. I got to get a nut. Even at 80.
Yep.
That blows my mind.
Realize with females is that, you know, they get blue balls and things like that. Well, I don't know about you, but, you know, somebody's doing their shit and I don't get off. My insides fucking ache.
I throb. My shit starts throbbing.
Yes. And I don't know if there's a name for that, but I always, you know, I used to tell my husband all the time, I'm like, dude, I hurt. Like, I need to get off. Like, you're not the only one that gets blue balls. I don't know what mine's called, but my body's telling me this has to happen.
And that's what happened to me yesterday. I had to masturbate 2 times because I was so freaking horny. I'm not seeing anybody. I'm not fucking anybody, but I was throbbing all day. And I masturbated when I got up, and then I masturbated again. And even in that evening, I was still throbbing, but not as much. Like, it eased it off, but it's still not the same thing as actually having a real person fuck you.
Right. It's not. It's definitely a different kind of get off. Every kind of, you know, whether it's oral, whether it's intercourse or doing it ourselves, it's all different feeling for me. It's completely a different get off.
Exactly. Everybody has to have that intimate feeling. They have to have that one-on-one companionship, even if it is a fuck buddy.
Right.
We crave that dick, just like they crave that pussy. We crave that intimacy, and we want it so bad that our body throbs for it.
We need it. It is a part of life, believe it or not. It really is.
Absolutely.
A lot of people forget that, though.
Yeah, they do. And there's a lot of women and men out there that could live without it. They're not, they don't even think about sex at all. But there's us that half the time I'm 45 and that's all I'm thinking about lately. Like, I'm in my prime. I'm ready to fuck all the time. And sometimes it gets in the way. And now I understand how these men can think with their dicks and not their brain. You know, think with the other head instead the real head. I get that because I'm going through it. And it's like, this is all I'm thinking about. Sex, 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 sex. And I'm not even having it with anybody. And it's driving me crazy. And my body is craving it.
That's what me and my older children talked about, is they were like, Mom, I didn't think you liked sex. I'm like, I didn't think so either. But now I've come to realize I do. I just didn't like it with who I was having it with all them years.
Really?
Yeah. So it made me less interested. You know what I mean?
Why did it make you less interested?
I think the cheating played a big factor. That just kind of shut me down. Like, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
The fact that he wasn't open to trying new things. He wasn't sporadic. It was in the bedroom, same position all the time. He didn't want to change anything up. He wasn't very good at listening when I said, hey, you need to do this, this way. He didn't like any of those things. So me as a person and my area down there was just like as dry could be, no matter what he did. I just lost all interest. So I just didn't care anymore. You know what I mean?
And how did that make you feel?
At first it was hard to take. And then after so many years, I just got used to it.
So you became numb.
I did. And then after we had been apart for quite a while, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. You know what I mean? It's I want that. I want these things. And then, once I had been with this said person, it's been fucking amazing. And that's when I had realized, wow, it's not me. It was the other person that made me drift away from it.
So you knew you wanted something else, and you knew that was no longer going to be an option for you, and you just decided to move on because you wanted more in the bedroom. You wanted more with your life. You know there's more out there. Don't live unhappy, people. Don't live unhappy. There's so many fish in the sea. I don't understand why people don't understand that.
Mm-hmm. And once we're cheated on and all these things, and we're not looked at the way that they used to look at us, like we were the only one in the room, and now they're looking at fucking everyone else or touching everyone. You're only a convenience. That will shut your woman down. Apparently we feel like we've lost our value to them. So, yeah. On their off time. You know what I mean?
Say that again.
We feel like we're donating in their off time when they're not busy preoccupying someone else. Then we're convenient. And most of us women don't want convenience. I mean, I've had a better sex life with a fuck buddy than I did a 16-year marriage. And that should have never been the case.
Now, do you think that you've had better sex with this fuck buddy because you are now opening up and you want this other world? You want to express yourself. You're going through your sexual peak.
Mm-hmm. I do. And I love that he literally looks at me and touches me like I'm a human. You know what I'm saying? Not just a convenience. I love that he's game for anything. All that plays in a huge factor. He listens when I talk to him about these things. And he changes, or he'll work on things, or he'll try new things, or he's game for about anything as well. So that definitely keeps the sexual tension there all the time.
Okay, now, do you think that you're also enjoying it all because you're only fuck buddies and you're not in a relationship? You don't have all that pressure of being in a relationship? Do you think that's why you're enjoying it more?
That might be the case. I'm not sure, because he's got his home, I have mine. You know what I mean?
Right.
I like that. When he spends the night, that's great. And when we spend time together, it's amazing. But I really do like my time alone too. I like my independence, I guess you could say.
Right. So you've gotten used to being alone.
Right. I've been alone for 6 years. And I'm comfortable being there. But I do enjoy the pop-in visits and those kind of things. The car rides. We'll do crazy shit in the car. I'll give him roadhead, or, he'll finger bang me or whatever. And then, like I said, I'm just like, all right, pull down this road. We're going to do it right here. And we need to do that.
Yes.
Like I said, we got to fit it in. We got to keep it exciting. We got to keep it fresh, because once it starts being,
a relationship, that's when everything goes downhill.
Yes, because then they think, oh, we already have them. So, their sexual needs or any of that doesn't matter. But it does matter. It still matters to all of us.
We still have that crave. We still have that desire.
Exactly. It's like, who just wants nighttime sex? By the time we go to bed at night, most of the time we're like, okay, I'm done with the day. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be hugged. Like, why can't we do it in the middle of the fucking day? Why not?
That's another thing I was just about to ask you. When do you like to have sex? Any
time of day. I mean, nighttime's good too. It depends on, how the day's been. But I'm very, very open to any time of the day.
I like morning and afternoon is my favorite. By the end of the day, I'm really tired. I mean, I'll do it, and I like a quickie in the afternoon.
Right.
I don't know, just spur of the moment, I like a quickie.
Yep.
But in the evening, that's when I get down and dirty and put the little outfit on and all that, if I'm not too tired. But I like afternoon sex. I don't know what it is.
I think we have more energy throughout the day, so we put more effort into it.
I think you're right.
You know, nighttime, like I said, we're tired of people wanting us all day and needing us all day. So we still do it, but I don't think we're as into it and as much foreplay and things as we would have done throughout the daytime had we had more energy and more time.
You got it, chick.
I'll throw a quickie in if we have to, but I prefer to, fuck around and...
I want to have sex at least 2 times a day.
Yep.
I want that. I want that afternoon sex where you just, if I'm doing dishes, you just fucking drop my shorts and fuck me over the sink, you know? I just like that stuff.
I actually did him not long ago. The kids were all gone and I was walking through the dining room and I'm like, right here. He's like, what? I'm like, right fucking here. I bent right over. He's like, oh my God. I'm like, yep, give it to me.
And guys are amazed that don't have that dominant woman that wants to do that. And men like dominant women. They like to take control. See, I like a man to take control as well. I like to be dominant, but I don't like to be dominant all the time.
Right. And that's what I'm trying to get him to come out of his shell a little bit because I can see that he's got it in him. I think he's just too nervous.
He's scared.
I think he is because it's new to him. He loves the fact that I'm just like, all right, we're doing this. I'm taking this. This is what's happening. But I'm waiting for him to slowly be the one day to be the sporadic, hey, let's fuck.
Now, I wonder, was he always the dominant one in his relationships? And that's why he's loving you being dominant in this one?
I'm not sure. Is that something I should ask him?
Yes.
I really should. That is a very good question. And I'd love to know that, honestly.
Or has he always been submissive and always let the woman take control?
Right.
But I don't feel that. I feel like you are the first dominant woman he's ever been with.
And it really excites him. It truly does.
Yeah, I think that you're showing him something that he never knew before, and he's liking it.
Mm-hmm.
Men, see, you don't even know what you like until someone shows you.
But they have to be open to it too, though. They have to be open-minded.
Yes, you have to be open-minded very much.
Like there was things he was closed-minded to until I was like, no, fuck that. I let you try anything. Just let me try something, you know? And he was like, no. Now he's like, you can try anything you want to do. But I had to build up to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you slowly worked him into it.
Yep.
So do you like anal play?
I do. I do. And I've learned a lot from that.
Okay. What have you learned?
It used to hurt and burn and all those things. But I've learned that different positions, different touch, different feel, different foreplay definitely opens up that area a lot more for pleasure.
It sure does.
And again, getting there is way fucking different than getting off from your vagina. Way different feeling. It's insane.
It's more intense.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
It's a feeling that you'll never forget.
Yep.
Now.
And the big is take it slow at first. You know what I mean? Relax. If you tense up and things, that's when you're going to get the burn. Don't do that.
Right. You got to be relaxed. You got to take it slow, like she said. Now, do you do anal play with your men?
I have with him, and he was totally against that at first. And I tried to explain to him that they have spots too. And he's like, no. I'll sit this one out. And finally, I'm just like, all right, this is fucking happening. We're going to do this. And if not, that's okay. And now it's perfectly fine.
So he had never had his prostate messed with whatsoever, or his taint, I take it?
Nope.
And what did you do?
I just massaged everything very nice and neat. And of course, I made sure I didn't have a long fingernail or anything. And then as I was sucking him off, I just slowly, wet my finger and inserted it. And he was not opposed to that at all. And I was very careful, very gentle, because it obviously was his first time, and the look on his face and the noises he made were incredible.
Really?
Done. I'm like, so there's that. Like, how was that? And he's like, surprisingly, oh my God. I'm like, I told you.
Now, that was the first man that you'd ever done that with?
It is. And it was because I was comfortable enough. And like I said, I just got to the point where, fuck that. I'm going to be me. You know what I mean? Whatever that is, I'm going to be me.
I like it.
Yep. I'm not holding nothing back no more.
And you shouldn't. You should be you. There's nobody else you should be but you. And I'm not going to lie. I love licking ass. I like licking ass more than I like sucking dick.
I haven't done that yet. That's the next step I'm moving to. I'm just trying to slowly break him into the idea of it, because so many men think that if their woman does it to them, it puts them in a different category.
See, I'm the opposite. I eat their ass before I stick my finger in to loosen it up and for them to be relaxed. They're more relaxed once you're licking on it and sticking your tongue in it. And
I agree, because I prefer mine getting ate beforehand too. So you are totally right there.
Yeah, it loosens them up, and they're moaning, and all the things that their noises they're making just turned you on even more. Oh my gosh, I'm just getting wet thinking about it.
Yep.
But yeah, men don't realize that the taint and their anus is another G spot, gentlemen. And some are scared. They're like, no. But those are the really ones that want to try it.
Right. And that was his thing. I'm not gay. I'm like, you don't have to be gay for these things. Like,
there's nothing gay about it. It's a woman playing with it, not a man.
But a lot misinterpret any kind of anal on them as to being, you have to be gay. That's not the case, men. It's not the case at all. We all have spots and things. Just try it. Just try it.
Exactly. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I'm telling you what, if you get the right girl that knows what she's doing and let her play with your prostate and let her lick your asshole, you will love it.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. It was definitely a pleasure.
Thanks for listening, Sexy Horn Dogs. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like and follow us to get notifications when the new episodes drop. Not all views and comments that are in this podcast are endorsed by me. Thanks, Sexy Horn Dogs.
This is the Sexy Horn Dogs podcast.